We're going to start by going to a website called Launchrock, a very cool platform that you can use to build landing pages or other kinds of front-end pages. Now, here's what's wonderful about this. I don't know these guys personally, although it looks like they're kind of local or something. They're anyway in California. And you don't even have to have your own website to use this. So you go to Launchrock.com, and it now redirects you to their new place, Launchrock.co. Okay, so you go to this website, you show up, here you are. You can either register a domain through them, but you don't need to, or you go to Start a Launch. And let's do that, Start a Launch. Now, the first thing that you have to figure out is if they're going to host your landing page for you, what do you want the domain name to be? So we're going to make one up here and say, My Webinar Test. Okay, and then you put in your email address, and you create a password, and you say, let's go. Now we're on the inside. These are your first set of choices. Are you going to make a landing page, or are you going to make an embedded widget? Now, embedded widget is something that you can put on your own website if you have one, and if you're hosting it yourself. We're going to go and build a landing page and assume that you don't even have a website and you'd love to get up and running and offering some kind of a training program for people, and you don't even have a website. Here's how you do it. Say choose landing page. So you're initially choosing one or the other. And now you can select from these, I think 6 pre-formed templates. And when you click them, they'll appear on the right-hand side. You can change everything. So this is just the preview. This is the classic theme, or you could do a mobile app. Now, if what you were launching was a mobile app, you would choose that. You probably aren't. You could have a video on your landing page. You would choose that theme. This clean theme is, it says a modern theme featuring a strong header bar. The header bar is this up at the top where it says announcement goes here, and then this title where you can put your logo. Again, you can put any picture that you want behind. We'll get to that in a second. Notice this one does not have a colored box. It just has the text and the entry form plain there on the photo. Focus is it's a bi-level one. You put your photo on top with your logo or text, and then something down here with your email address, which really has that kind of pop out, and it also features your logo more prominently. And then this is an overlay, and whatever you type in here is going to be overlaid on top of a photo with a semi-transparent layer in between, which is kind of neat. What are we going to use? We're going to use the regular one here. We're just going to go with classic, and you can create any of these that you want. So you select the theme you want, you click Use Theme. All right, now here we are. Okay, so and you'll see a little progress bar down here at the bottom, and there is an accordion window over here on the left. So each of these horizontal tabs, we're on the landing page tab, has all these options, and then there are other tabs. You click and they accordion out. So email, domain, etc. Now, I prepared ahead of time some of the content just to make this a little easier so that I didn't have to make it all up as we go along. So you won't have necessarily done this, and I know you can see everything right here. That's fine. Remember I said I'd let you look over my shoulder. So we're going to go in and do that. The fave icon, it would be if you wanted to have a small little picture that would appear right here in a browser. If you can see where my cursor is in the address bar of your browser, there's a little blank document, and some websites have a little icon there, like on my bookmarks bar, you can see HubSpot's little, that's their fave icon. We're going to skip that part right now. We don't need it. I'm not going to use the announcement bar for this one. I'm going to turn that off. So, again, you don't, let me just give you more of the visual here. You don't need the announcement bar, but you could use it. Project name, is going to be, I think this is internal, so my webinar, oh no, that's going to be right up there. All right, B School. And you get to see all my typos and everything. Awesome. B School for Coaches. Custom logo. Yeah, we could put one there. So let's put that logo in. Now, this is frightening. I didn't think about the fact that you're going to see everything inside my computer, but that's okay. I've got logos. Let's pick one. No image uploaded. What happened? This is the perils of doing it live. There you go. Yeah, I would play around with this. I might use one that's a different dimension, but I'm not going to do that now. We're just going to keep moving. And then tagline. That is what goes here. And so I've written one already, and so I'm just going to copy and paste that to make this faster. Watch the replay of the final webinar, 10 Reasons Coaches Fail in Business, What to Do Instead. Well, you still can. The description, you can turn the description on or off. You could have just the tagline, the title, and the box, or you can put the description that I've already written. You can put that in there, and this can be rich text if you want to. So if you want to make something bold, you can do that. It's not so obvious. You could change a little bit of things about the font. Instructions are what goes right above that box. Enter your email address below to get access to the recording. Your information will never be sold or shared with anyone. Box color, I'm going to leave it as black, and the opacity I've already figured out in the past. I want it to be 73. So when you change the opacity, that box becomes more or less transparent. You see that? More transparent, less 100% opaque. So I'm going to just use 73 because I like that one. The alignment's in the middle, but we could have that box appear on the left or the right of the screen. Now the fun part, oops, grabbed the wrong thing. The fun part is the background image. And it tells you optimal background dimensions are 920 pixels by 1080 pixels with a maximum file size of 2 megabytes. So let's select a file, and I set one aside here. Where are you? Still working when this little bar here is going like that. Come on, picture, appear. Anyhow, that'll pop up in a second, and if it doesn't, we'll go back and reload it. I'm going to move on just a little bit. We'll come back to the image. Extra fields. I don't recommend you use these. But if you want to get more information from people up front, you can turn them on. Here's what you should know. Every additional field that you ask for information with is going to be some fairly large percentage of people that won't fill out your form. The more fields you ask for, the less people will actually give you the information. And since when you click this on Launchrock, this is going to be required, it won't let you click go if you haven't filled all those things in. I go with the minimum. And the minimum is just the email address. That's all I'm going to want here. I certainly don't want people to have to put their date of birth in, although I can imagine there's probably some reasons when you would want to do that. All right, let's go back and figure out what's going on with this photo. This is the beauty of live, real time. I just turn it off, turn it back on, select a file. I'm going to use maybe a different one. I don't even know what the dimensions are of these things. Oh, that should work. Just picking a different one. See if that makes any difference at all. All right, cool. There we go. Some sort of a beach scene. Now you're seeing a kind of squished version. When I show you the full screen, you'll see. And also, this is cool. Down here at the bottom of the screen, you can see how this would look on a mobile device. So you click that, and you can see it's responsive. It squishes down the box, and it just makes it a different shape. So that's how it'll look on your mobile device. Very cool. You're getting a responsive template entirely for free. I don't know why people always put these beach pictures in the back, but they are kind of nice. sort of evocative. Watch my webinar and you'll instantly be transported to the Seychelles. Oh, I don't know. Anyhow, so we're going to move on from the landing page. Let me just go back and check my questions box and see if any of you are asking me anything. Okay, come here. Questions box, where are you? Nope, nothing new. Okay, good. I'm going to keep going. All right, move that back to the side. Okay, so now we're going to the sharing page. Here's what's really cool about this. When they put their email address in, it doesn't go anywhere else. The page doesn't change. The box in the middle just changes from the initial landing page view to the sharing page view. And they have the option to click here to like this on Facebook, to send it to somebody, to tweet it, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Tumblr. If you're providing something really cool that's free using this page, people will want to share it with other people. So you can, it says incentive content. I don't have any incentive. It's not like you're going to get an additional PDF or something if you fill this out, but I'm using that area for my confirmation message. So I say, thank you. The replay link has been emailed to you. Remember, this page that I'm making is for people to sign up to watch a recorded webinar replay. You could use this for your event, and you could say, thank you. The webinar access code or the link to register for the webinar has been emailed to you. This will not automatically sign people up for anything. It'll only automatically take their email address and then kick out an email to them. Another great thing about Launchrock is it'll send an email for you. You don't even have to have your email provider, but it'll only send one, and it'll only send it once. Like when someone types in their email address, they'll get that follow-up email, and that's the end of the story. So you can, and I'll show you, it collects their email addresses for you on the back side so you can export them and then mail to them, but it is a little bit more involved. All right, so you with me? So that's what I say here. Thank you. The replay link has been emailed to you. Want anyone else to get access to this valuable training? Well, it's still free. Use the buttons below to share the page. Now, we can actually set these things, and we can choose them to be what we want. Do you want them to email your page to people? If so, you can fill out ahead of time what you want to go there. Check out this free training. This is the, training. Get this free training. This morning, by the way, I plugged in a new keyboard to my computer because the old one was having some trouble. So the keys are different. They're in different places. And that's true, even though it's kind of an excuse. So check out this free training, and then you can write the message that's going to, that they can change this, but this is like the template message that'll automatically be in there. I just signed up for this cool webinar replay. That's in the next line. Let's do that. You should check it out too. And here's kind of fun thing. You can delete that if you want and just put the actual link to the webinar, but it'll generate automatically a unique URL, so you can know when you go in later and look behind the scenes, you'll know who emailed it to who and who's logged in and given you their email address because that person gave it to them. So if you wanted to use this for an incentive content, you could say, share this with your friends, and if they sign up to watch it, I'll give you X. I'll give you my free report on the best way to do recorded webinars or whatever you're going to give them. And then you'll know if they qualify to get that bonus from you or not because that referring URL got used. If you don't want that, you just take it out of here and say, here's the URL, and you just put it in. And this is made up, webinar replay awesome.com or whatever the actual thing is there. I think you know that there's, maybe there is something there, and if there is, it better be awesome. Or you could say, what, I don't want people to be able to email their friends about it, so I clicked the off button and just took that right out. Facebook like. Do you want people to be able to like it on Facebook? Yes. Facebook send. Do you want them to do that? Yes. What image should go there? You can control the image that's going to go on Facebook. And I didn't pull this one out, but I can find something. Is it in here? Or is it in here? I don't know. I got images. Oh, there it is. How about this? So I have already created ahead of time this image that is 100 pixels by 150 pixels. How come I didn't select it? All right, so I'm going to go back, get it again. There. Say select file. Oh, no, that's what we just did. Okay, sorry. Now, when people make a post of this on Facebook, that's going to be the image that appears next to the link. You can make that be whatever you want. Because this is a limited time thing, I wanted to find a little image. So basically, you just go find those images using photo websites. Here's a whole bunch. You want to use Creative Commons licensed stuff that you have a right to. I especially like searching Flickr for things that allow you to use them without attribution. I like this site called Morgue.file, M-O-R-G-U-E file.com, which has high-quality free images that you can just use, kind of artsy. And then stockfreeimages.com is another place to find. There's a ton of these out there. Let me just quickly show you what you're going to find at Morgue.file. It's also a great place to find those background images. If you go here to Morgue.file, how do I get to the free photo archive? Where are you? Free photos. There we go. Click. Anyway, you'll find it. You just click free photos. And what you're going to see here, these are all photos, a lot of them pretty artsy, that have been taken by people that are perfectly willing for you to use them for anything you want. And they're all large, high-quality images. And you can just scroll here forever and ever and ever. And some of them are kind of, you know, I don't know if I'd want that to be the background of the landing page, but you know, it's pretty gripping. So you can find all kinds of stuff. They have a search function too. So if you wanted to, let's see, search the free photos for beach, and you know, find one of these that you liked and would be a nice backdrop. Maybe this one. So then you just come in and you click here to download it. Boom, and away you go. Put it somewhere, and you can. They ask you if you want to share or follow them or like them, and I've done all those things before. But you don't have to. This is by visual artists giving their stuff away for free, tagging it as a Creative Commons license, no attribution, free to use, free to share, free to remix, free to modify. It's one of my favorite things, but it's kind of random what you find here. So, you know, check it from time to time. But it's a great place to begin building up an archive of photos that you're going to use. Right? I mean, some of them pretty cool. You can see that. Okay. Anyway, so back to our thing. I've written out the Facebook description. This should be, I think, 90 characters or less. Anyway, only the first 90 characters are going to show up. So, you know, bear that in mind. So I've written something here already, but you can kind of play around with that. And again, they're guiding you. What would make you click if you saw a post about your project on Facebook? So write something here that's compelling. Limited time only, and you see how that goes with the image. Watch the replay of this valuable training, 10 reasons coaches fail in business and what to do instead. You can also write something for Twitter if you want to allow them to share it on Twitter. And when I'm cutting and pasting, I'm getting all kinds of weird line breaks. So we'll just fix them. So that's the post, the Twitter content. And then if you put your Twitter handle here, and mine is my name, when they go to share it, it'll say this description, and then it'll say @ and your name, your Twitter handle at the end. It'll add that in there automatically, which is neat. You could have them use it on LinkedIn. I just turned that off, and I turned Tumblr off. I think with my stuff, I prefer to keep those options sort of minimal. The more choices you give people, the less likely they're going to choose any of them. So pick the ones that you most want to use. And actually, I didn't even, when I originally did this, I didn't use the email feature at all. So I just did Facebook. They could either send this as a Facebook message or post it on their page, or they could do it as a tweet. Okay, and if you want to use LinkedIn or Tumblr, then you can as well. And now this is also kind of fun. You make this have links to your own profiles. Now, there's a button down there that says Find Us On, and if you click it, it'll take you to your Twitter page. Actually, no, I'm still in the preview, so that's not working. But when we generate this, that's what that'll do. You can put your Facebook. Now, again, you're not putting your username here. You have to put the whole link. Actually, with Facebook, it should be HTTPS. Okay, that's the link to my page. That's the one that I would want people to go to. So you can have those there. I, again, want people to only do one thing. I want them to sign up, and then I want them to share it. So I'm going to turn those off because, sure, they could find me there, but anything you add here that's a distraction means you're going to dilute the actions. That's a basic principle of landing pages. Why it's called a landing page is because when they land here, there's only one thing to do. Put in their email address or leave. Actually, that's two things. Okay, so you got that? And then, so you want to keep that principle in mind. Keep it focused. You don't want them to have every little option. Like, click here to read my latest blog post, and over here to tweet this, and over here to meet me on Tumblr, and over here to upload a photo of you to my Flickr account. And no. On a landing page, all the attention should be focused on the one desired action. And then I'm carrying that principle through to this confirmation page as well. If you want to, you can have your YouTube link and a video, and Instagram and Tumblr and every other thing up here down here. I think if you do it, you'll find you're getting less people clicking on any of them. But you're welcome to experiment with it for yourself, Pinterest, etc. Now, this is the fun part. They're going to get an email automatically. And again, you don't even need Aweber or MailChimp for this. It's going to kick out that one email. And here's where you set up that email confirmation. Okay, so you put in what's the address that it's going to be coming from. It's the address they'll be replying to. And then what's the name that's going to go in the box? Should be consistent with whatever's on the landing page. Since I had the B-School logo, B-School for Coaches logo on the landing page, I want the email to come from B-School for Coaches. What's the subject line? And then, it's just whatever you want it to be. I say webinar replay, video. And then what's in the message? And they've written a draft thing, and I've written a short one here. Which I'll just cut and paste with all the weirdness. Okay. Now, I would go in and try to fix the spacing and stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. Here's what I've written. Hi, thanks for your interest in this webinar replay. I've gotten so many positive responses about this free training, and I think you'll find it very valuable. Here's the link. And then, that was the link I was actually using when I was using this to deliver that replay. Remember, this recording is only available till Monday night, so watch it while you still can. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. My name, my email address, of course, they can just hit reply, and it'll go to that same email address. Now, this is important. In order to comply with the CAN spam regulations in the United States, which also impact people emailing from other countries to people in the United States, you have to put in a physical address. So you would do that there, and that's an address that I was using for the business. Okay, then we get down to the part that says domain. Now, if you have a domain that you're willing to use for this and set this up, linked it to your domain, you could say yes and then put in some details from your domain provider. So if I wanted to host this, for example, on my own domain, I'd want it to be on a subdomain of my domain. So I could say replay.bschoolforcoaches.com, which is a domain that I own. Okay, you need to have that subdomain first for this to work, because that's where it's going to put your landing page. So the actual address would be HTTP replay, and this could be whatever you want. Could be fun thing, could be workshop, could be whatever. And then the name of your website. And then you'd have to go over to your domain registrar and get some details and plug them in order to make that all work. Let's just have them host it for us. How about that? And so, again, you could change that to be whatever you want. I just am saying something I'm sure no one else was using, my webinar test at Launchrock.com. I got some other details for myself over here in my notes. Advanced settings. Promote your site by joining Discovery Exchange. You could. I mean, I don't need to. Any tags you want to put in, that's just if you're counting on SEO finding it. And you know what? I'm only putting this replay up for 48 hours, so I don't care if there's not enough time anyway for people to find this organically. And then if you're using Google Analytics, you can go and get the ID. I'm not going to go into details about this here. It's a separate topic. But you just paste that in, and it'll tell you how many people viewed your site and everything else. Okay? There you go. That's the progress. Now, there must be something. Oh, it's not saying it's 100% because we didn't put in this. All right, so we've completed that, and now you see we've got green checks everywhere, and it says we're complete down here, and we're going to launch that site. And it says successfully launched, go and spread the word and whatever else. Now, what did I say the thing was? Here we go. This is what it would look like to someone online. Shazam. You've got a fully functional landing page with your headline, some additional details, and the email address. What happens when somebody puts in their email and clicks go? I'm going to do a that's a fake address. Okay, so I'm not going to get any email from it, but I'm going to click go. Now it says, thank you. The replay link has been emailed to you. Want anyone else to get access to it? Well, it's still free. Use the buttons below to share the page. See that? And if I were to click that I wanted to tweet this, it would pre-fill that tweet. It gives you the link and the title that you wrote. If I wanted to share it on Facebook, it would pre-fill the Facebook. That's the link there. See that little image and everything else? Limited time only. Watch this replay. I could say who I wanted to send it to or into a group. And I could type a message to them, or I could click like. Okay, cool. So someone has come up and now registered their email address. Let's go back into Launchrock and see what happened. We're going to go into the Insights panel. Site stats. We need more data. Spread the word about your site. Yeah. I'm not doing that right now. User management. It should let us know. Now, I don't know why this is happening. Okay, so this is odd. This is one of the things that happens when you do stuff live. But behind this, there is a panel that you can't see very well. I would go in to help and feedback and figure out why that's happening. Okay, so a little unexpected hiccup, but that's how it works. I'm sure that it actually does work. If there was such an address called 12345@bschoolforcoaches.com, that email we wrote a minute ago would be sitting in the inbox. And I don't know why this is happening on that part. But in any case, that's the builder. You can come back and you can change this at any time and it'll repopulate. And that is how you build something like this. A fully functioning, beautiful, elegant landing page that you can use to sign people up for your events, for recordings, for anything pretty much you want. If you don't even have a website, you can do this. And it'll just give you that, whatever you put as the subdomain .launchrock.com. And if you can live with that, no problem. That's how you can do it. In the program, I'm going to teach you how to build the landing pages for your own website and use a variety of other tools. But I wanted to give you this brief tutorial of something you could start today. You could go to Launchrock today and build yourself a landing page for some free presentation that you're giving this next week. And during that free presentation, you could make an offer to people for some program that you're going to provide. And there's no reason why you couldn't start implementing this right now. Remember, if you're one of the first 5 people to register for the Business Building Bootcamp today, in addition to everything that's in the program, you're getting as a fast action bonus the brand strategy session with me, 90 minutes focused entirely on crafting your ideal positioning, and you're getting the Bring a Friend for free. In other words, basically 2 of you are going to do this program for the price of 1. And listen, I hope this has been valuable to you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your interest. But more than that, I really appreciate you for who you are. You know, I may not know you, not know your story. I don't know, even your name necessarily. But I know that if you're on this training, that you are someone who's up to something. You're someone who wants to make a difference in the world. You're someone who is eager to learn new things and build your business, both for the income, but really for the impact. And I acknowledge you for that. Thank you for that. Keep doing what you're doing. And we'll hope to talk to you again soon. Thanks very much.